Trever, Aeon. I'm gonna break my foot off in your ass.
Hello. So, last time, Trever started from the entrance to Moonrise Tower and started exploring Reithwin town in a generally northward direction. He went to the Waning Moon, he went to the Toll House, he took a side trip back to He Who Was to give a snitch their due. We came over here to find an alchemical shipment that was pointed to by Thizibald's journal in the Waning Moon. And on the way we passed the House of Healing, so we are about to go check that out. We did punish the wicked. We gave the ledger to He Who Was and punished the killer for her crimes. He was pleased. And before we drank him under the table, Thizibald Thorm revealed that her cage is located in Thorm Mausoleum. We're not sure exactly what he means by that, but he may have let something slip in relation to the relic called the Night Song. So, we came here to start our video in a familiar location, but as is general, before we go in a building, we will do some basic scouting and take a lap around the outside to see what we can see. There's more entrances.
That's curious.
And here, we can get a really good look at the camp of the war army. So many ogres, probably hobgoblins milling around down there. As strong as we are, we really would not have had a chance if we had decided to attempt to go in that direction. On this skeleton, there is an assassin's short sword, is a +1 enhancement damage short sword that grants advantage on stealth checks. Not really appropriate for anybody in our party, but Astarion would probably like that. And there's also a scout's note. Gerald, I want you to infiltrate the outpost from the ridge. I'm certain your sword will make short work of any obstacles. Let us take the initiative in this fight. Hadley. Given that this is a long-deposed skeleton, probably thinking that was back in Ketheric's original time. And then this other skeleton right next to it has the Watcher's shield. It's a shield with advantage on perception checks, which Karlak has the glowing shield, which an automatic 8 temporary hit points, especially since a lot of the times she's resistant to nearly all damage. That's probably more useful to her. So we don't really have a good use for the Watcher's shield. But we also get a better view of the House of Healing from here. Oh, we could have just climbed down. Huh. Tombstones, huh?
Here rests Patrick Foundy, famed tailor and teetotaler. He clothed many a man's back. Here lies Yarrick Crumb, lifelong bachelor and patron of the arts. In memory of Tora Deeproot, dearly missed by her 14 children and 96 grandchildren.
Let's see what this does.
Here lies Peter Vries, scholar and hermit.
A locked entrance to the building.
Dedicated to Rondel Peak, stonemason. Never missed a day's work due to illness, barring his last. Here lies Becklin Ironlaw. May the gods usher him to his reward. In memory of Frinz Lockley, baker. None could work miracles with yeast as he did. Here lies Alden Quiggs, fishmonger, survived by his 9 cats.
Wait, where are you trying to go? I'm not chasing the pig's head that bad.
In memory of Eggery Chops, toy maker and patron of mischievous children all over. Here rests Xander Pellows, who coughed for 18 years. Here lies Sion Greencloak. She loved the forest. May she find it once again. In memory of Lanibert Fig, survived by his debtors. Here lies the captain, of what we never knew. Here lies Alden Quiggs, fishmonger, survived by his 9 cats.
Ah, so this door was not a door into the... It was just into the courtyard area, or graveyard area, as it were. What was that?
Hey! I know you! You're... Twist 'em up! Isn't that Arabella? The little girl Corgan nearly killed. Sorry. It knocks the wind right out of me.
Trever notes that's quite a powerful spell. Bets there's a great story behind learning it.
That druid idol I took? It changed me. I can do all sorts of stuff now, not just the vines. I think real hard and say some loud words and then it happens. Mostly.
Most of the stories Trever knows of stolen artifacts are tragedies. Trevor's glad this one bucked that trend.
Tragedies? Them's the sad ones, right? I hope not. Especially since Mum and Pops, after Zevlor, when he... Well, there was an ambush. Mum yelled, "Run!" So we ran. I could hear him running behind me. Till I couldn't. Still can't find him. But I bet you can. You'll help me, I just know it.
And of course, Trevor's got a soft spot for kids, so he says he'll find your parents. You can count on him.
Thanks, mister. I knew you'd help me again. The vines won't last forever. I don't suppose I can stay with you. Just till you find Mum and Pops. I won't be any trouble, I swear it.
Trevor's first instinct is to direct her towards Last Light Inn. Alfira is there, after all. She'll be safe there.
No way. I mean, I'm sure you think that. But you ain't seen what I seen. I don't trust no one sides myself no more. Save three. Mum, Pops, and you. Take me in. I won't make a peep. Cross my heart and hope to die.
You know what? Trever gets that. Of course she can stay at camp.
Oh, thanks. You're the best. So you send Mum and Pops there. I'll be waiting, hero man.
Well, a couple of
Action, not reaction.
a couple of entangled shadows, huh?
Talk to me.
And they are actually immune to necrotic, so Ray of Frost, I suppose. Ha! Practically minimum damage. Let's finish it off.
It's quick.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
I can't even catch my breath. What path lies before me?
You sense a matriarch's flush of pride. She will soon be a grandmother, and the child will bear her name, Maldred. You sense a swell of grief. Before the shadows took her, this woman mourned someone lost in battle.
It's been a long day.
Here lies
Better stop to
Sister
rest
Kevin.
soon.
A more devoted mendicant never lived. Here lies Bronick Larrow, blacksmith of renown. May he make iron sing in the afterlife.
And there's a building over there too. We'll check that out, but we're in the process of checking out the House of Healing next.
In memory of Kayla Bellsworth, thrice married, thrice widowed, always smiling.
Don't mind if I do.
In memory of Reuven Corley, who lived stoically and died without complaint. Here lies faithful Jamie, the love of all our lives. Behold the mortal remains of Marvy Bullows, town crier, died loudly. Here rots Treston Brumwilt, philanderer and wicked excuse for a husband. May the crows use this marker as a privy.
I'll give it a shot.
Here lies Sister Kevin. A more devoted mendicant never lived.
That might be worth a look.
In memory of Eberk Trollbleeder, his tall tales shall be greatly missed. Here lies Immolata Cole, the music of the moon played on her heartstrings.
And with a perception check, we were able to notice that the skeleton had True Love's Caress, Fond Caress, one of a magical pair of rings. This allows the wearer to receive warding bond from a creature wearing the matching ring. And Bonded by Love, Wife's Diary. In the 5th year of our union, we faced the biggest hurdle yet. My parents became quite ill, and we became their caretakers. It was a dark and difficult time, filled with emergencies of every possible type. Gone were the easeful ways in which our time was our own. Our days were filled with work, each other, and little else. During our darkest moments, I wondered if we'd survive it, but the bond of love we had was resilient. It could bend and bend and bend, but would not break, no matter the pressure. How sweet.
Here lies Macias, taken before his time. Here lies a nameless foundling. May he know peace at last. Here lies Gertrude the Monsoon Rafferty. She came and went like a natural disaster.
Oh, that's way over there. Yeah, we're not going in just yet.
Here lies Thomasin Feverbreaker, midwife and wise woman. Behold the glorious remains of Draven Mistbrook, poet, epicure, romantic, and medium. He should have lived to be 1,000. Here lies Brunt Hallow, man of few words. Here rests Violet Goldhammer, beloved singer. May her voice live on in our memories.
All these dark justiciars slain in battle. They must have a stronghold nearby or a temple.
Here rests Eric Crivens, sole inheritor of the Crivens family. May the gods forgive him. dedicated to Hugo Hobbs, cobbler. Hobbs the Cobbs to his friends.
And we heard a voice we recognize. There's Raphael up there. If I recall correctly, Astarion wanted to talk to Raphael again. So we will go grab Astarion real quick. He will temporarily replace Lae'zel. Ah, Arabella is here already.
Hey, you. I made it. Easy peasy. You find Mum and Pops?
Not yet, Trever says.
Well, hurry. They gotta be somewhere, and I don't want them worrying. Then I'll teach you to conjure those vines.
Okay.
Can I touch your face?
No.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
Travel?
Perhaps if you lost a follower or two, I prefer to travel in smaller groups. It's more intimate.
Lae'zel will leave for now.
Excellent. Now that that's settled, lead on.
And I suppose we should level up Astarion.
Keep your distance, darling.
Probably just go ahead and put his dex up to 20. Panache. Roll a persuasion check to beguile a humanoid who must contest it with an insight check. Enemies who fail gain panache disadvantage. Others who fail become charmed. I think I've said this before, but if Astarion were a more permanent part of the party, I probably would have respected him to have more charisma. Alright, and real quick. Sure, he'll put on the assassin's short sword, so he'll have advantage on stealth. Penumbral armor will give him a +3 to stealth. Covert cowl, why not? And yeah, I'd spend more time outfitting him if he were going to be a more permanent part of the party. Alright,
On my way.
let's go talk to Raphael while he's here.
Dark justiciars who fell long ago in service of Shar and Ketheric Thorn.
Our hero thought but a treasure ahead, did not consider the peace of the dead. Through the dark he went creeping, and awoke what was sleeping. A new grave they dug, which he himself fed.
Ooh, spooky.
A warning, no less, Trever says. Don't tell him you're worried about him.
Merely protecting my assets. I've grown quite fond of you, you know, in my way. I thought it only fair to warn you about the dangers ahead.
Trever can handle himself.
Intrepid as ever. It would be pointless of me to try to bar you from entering. But I can set the scene, as it were. Prepare you for your role.
We don't want to give Raphael information, even though we're pretty sure Raphael has guessed already. Just cut to the chase, Trever says.
I already did. If, through the dark, you go creeping and awake what is sleeping, chances are many more graves than yours alone will soon be fed.
Spell it out.
Very well. There is a creature that lurks in silence and shadow. A creature who, like me, is very much of the infernal persuasion. Should it make its way out through the very doors you are about to brazenly swing open, you'll have unleashed a pestilence upon this realm. In truth, it is carnage incarnate. So if you meet the devil of which I speak, kill it. Consider no other course of action.
Trever will try the insight. At least he's got the +2 from Jack of all trades going now. It's not going to save him from a 2, but we are full on inspiration.
This creature and I go back a long way. I admit it would be in my best interest as well should it remain trapped in the dark. Or misplace its head, perhaps?
What are we talking here? Lemur? Pit Fiend? Orthon?
Getting warmer. Warmer. Hot.
Trever asks if Raphael is afraid of this creature.
Listen here, Pipsqueak. Do not underestimate this opponent. At best, you will have the blink of an eye to strike. Strike first, strike true, defy the odds, for they are distinctly in its favor. That much I owe the bastard to concede. And don't think I've forgotten your tale, Astarion. When the beast is dead, I'll consider that payment enough to translate those scars of yours.
A fairer deal than I expected.
You wound me, Spawn. I always deal fairly. And will close this particular deal soon enough. Vanquish the beast, and all will be revealed.
Huh. So that will be once we're ready to go in there, which we're not quite yet. But it looks like Astarion may actually be joining our party for a little bit. So with that being the case, Astarion's gonna go through the party chest and outfit himself. Just be a moment. Alright, so I kept the covert cowl, penumbral armor on him, and the assassin's short sword, but gave him the knife of the Undermountain King for his main hand. He still had a regular old short bow, so I gave him a rusty light crossbow because it's what we had. Crusher's ring to go along with his smuggler's ring. He's not our party face, so the charisma actually is bad for him because he's a swashbuckler, but whatever. But the Moondrop pendant and the Crusher's ring gives him mobility, which is good for a swashbuckler. And then I had him take Karlach's boots of speed and gave her the spring step boots, because now that she has dash as a bonus action, she can use that to get momentum and have even more coverage for the fight.
How delicious.
And he's got gloves of thievery on, which is fine. So he's not like optimized, but he's outfitted.
What path lies before me?
In memory of Largo Crivens, taken along with his family on the same grim night. May their deaths be avenged. Here rests Darla Crivens, taken along with her family on the same grim night. May their deaths be avenged. Here rests Pat, loyal dog of the Crivens family, taken along with his master. Good boy. Dedicated to Pila Crivens, taken along with her family on the same grim night. May their deaths be avenged. In memory of Brent Crivens, taken along with his family on the same grim night. May their deaths be avenged. Here lies Largo Crivens the Younger, taken along with his family on the same grim night. May their deaths be avenged.
So, in case you missed it, this whole cluster of tombstones for the Crivens family, and remember right over here, this tombstone by itself.
Here rests Eric Crivens, sole inheritor of the Crivens family. May the gods forgive him.
Yeah, so I wonder what happened there. And then in this tombstone, you can find the Icebite robe, which grants resistance to cold damage and gives you Armor of Agathis at level 3, which is 15 temporary hit points, and deals 15 cold damage to creatures who attack you in melee. So actually not nothing. If you have a few different robecasters and you want one of them to be up in melee a little bit, that is something that can protect them.
Here rests Callista Freeclaw, legendary brawler. Died in his sleep, to the surprise of many. Here lies the best smith in Reithwin. Our swords will never slice as true.
Always room for more.
And we can look across the channel here and see the protective globe of Last Light Inn.
In memory of Eberk Trollbleeder, his tall tales shall be greatly missed.
I think we've already heard these ones.
Here lies Gertrude the Monsoon Rafferty. She came and went like a natural disaster.
Maybe?
Here lies a nameless
Yep,
foundling.
yep, we saw those.
May he know peace at last.
Bludgeoning vulnerability.
Fall by my hand.
Clearly, Trever is very respectful of the dead. Graveyard Diary. The moment is nigh. War has been brewing, and now it overflows. When Ketheric turned us towards Shar, I followed him, in appearance if not in heart. This is my home, and I would not be removed from it, no matter what. I watched at a distance as the darkness here grew, as Ketheric's grief brought him farther and farther from life itself. As he gathered his army, I prayed for his defeat. As the Harpers march upon our little village, our little beautiful village, I can only hope Ketheric will be felled at last and Reithwin can begin to heal from this nightmare. And this has Boots of Apparent Death. These boots allow the wearer to cast Feign Death once per short rest, which basically makes them practically useless. So, we found a locked door here and a locked door here and a couple of other entrances, but we also saw over here we saw some knotted roots, so we could get up to the roof fairly easily. It actually went inside for a second there. That's the pig's head we were going for. Well, nothing really happened to us when we went inside, so we may as well go inside this sort of rooftop area. Bludgeoning vulnerability.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. If not over, then through.
Yep.
I'll take that.
Oh, that's a book we've already read. I guess the roof is too rounded to jump onto. Random potion of invisibility, we'll take that.
Anything of use?
Book of
Here goes
Poetry.
nothing.
A book of handwritten poems, the ink almost completely faded, but for a few enduring words. I hold my breath for the sun to fall, for in the hot collapse of day I'm brought to you. While Reithwin sleeps, the world entire is ours, the grass our bed, the dew, our silver candles. The moon and stars our private canopy, and you the brightest of them all, my light, my heart, my world. I would watch the stars with you to the end of time, but night forever arches into day, and the sleeping nothing of the sunlit hours will mutter on. So instead I shall find eternity in a moment, and by the glance of moonbeams in your eyes will I be brought to rest, as rest should be, enduring still, longing for naught but itself. I'm not 100% sure, but that kind of sounds like a Let's Die Together poem. Okay. Oh, we also saw a ladder down right around here somewhere. There we go. Staff betting pool. Rules. Oh, House of Healing staff pool. Rules. foreign body must be lodged in redacted cavity. 2. Once a guess is made, it may not be made again. 3. Minimum bet 1 gold. Round 1 bets. Pool, 11 gold. Lidwin, chicken egg. Cinda, wine bottle. Huna, carrot. Vanessa, candlestick, winner. Anya, ogre's finger. They are betting what people got lodged in their asses. That is pretty hilarious. Round 2 bets. Pool, 15 gold. Lidwin, live rat, winner and yuck. Cinda, children's doll. Huna, pearl necklace. Jian, marbles. Vanessa, potato. Anya, minotaur horn. Round 3 bets. Pool, 17 gold. Cinda, quill. Huna, cremation urn. Gianna, flute. Vanessa, whipping cane. Anya, troll's tooth. No winners there. Surgeon's Memorandum. So this is basically Malice Thorm, head surgeon, saying that they're wasting precious anesthetic resources on the elderly and mortally wounded. So saith Shar, only in the infirm suffering may we forget our own. And then basically threatens his own nurses with scalpel without sedative. And this should be the front door, essentially. Yep. And there is one of the sisters here who is not hostile.
Here to see the doctor? Are we poorly? Are we desperately poorly? Oh, not so well. But well enough to wait. Join the line, and you will be seen.
Trever says, no thanks. I'll take my chances out there. Patient's registry. An exhaustive log lists each and every patient to have sought healing in Reithwin, huh? Interestingly enough, though, an order came that was demanding healers turn away wounded Harpers and Selenites. But apparently, this desk and this chest would be considered stealing. But not this chest. And this skeleton sitting on a bedroll on the ground has True Love's Embrace. Intimate Embrace, one of a magical pair of rings. This allows the wearer to cast Warding Bond once per long rest on a creature wearing the matching ring. And also has Bonded by Love, Husband's Diary. Entry 47. We're being attacked. My brave, beautiful Miranda volunteered to fight. She says it's her duty as a cleric of Shar. I can't bear the thought of anything happening to her, but I know she'd be angry if I said anything. I'll pray to Our Lady to keep her safe. 48. Miranda woke me in full armor, a smile on her face. She got down on one knee and proposed, a beautiful obsidian ring in her hand. Of course I said yes. As a cleric, she was able to marry us then and there, blessing the rings as she slipped them on our fingers. I am terrified for her, but I'm also so happy. I know she loved me. I knew it. 49. Miranda faced down an entire troop of harpers, killing every last one. She didn't have a scratch on her, blessed be the Lady of Loss. I tried to prepare a celebratory meal for her, but I had a dizzy spell. Blood poured from my nose, and Miranda found me passed out on the floor. She told me to rest, and not to bother going to the House of Healing, that it was likely the stress. She's right, but I'm still scared. 50. I know Miranda said not to, but I went to the House of Healing. Blood leaks from my nose and ears, and there's strange wounds all over my body. The nurse kept asking me about my ring, and when I told her myself and Miranda got married, she looked at me strangely. When I asked her what was wrong, she sent me home, telling me not to come back. There are black spots in my vision, and I can't feel my legs. What is wrong with me? What is happening? And given what those rings do, yeah, love is not what I would call Miranda felt for this man. Urgent request for supplies. Basically, Anna Lidwin is writing to the chief church in Harborside Hospital in Baldur's Gate, begging for supplies because Malus Thorm essentially won't order them. He allows supplies to dwindle, leaves some patients' injuries to fester so he may study, and commands the nurse that only Dark Justiciars seek treatment. And then this door should go outside. Yep, we recognize that. This door has another sister.
It's up for discussion.
Don't call the doctor yet. I've got potions, sutures. I know I can do this. Oh, you're a patient. This is the children's ward. Triage is back that way.
That's Arabella's father. Or was Arabella's father.
Trever bluntly asks, "Why are you treating a dead body?"
Not dead. Merely medicated. To ease the pain.
Trever, again bluntly, says the patient is definitely dead. Been that way for a while, judging by the smell.
The patient is asleep. The sedative is quite strong, you see.
Trever has no further patience for this. Although, if you do manage to convince her that the patients are recovering, then you can unlock her as a vendor, and she has some paralytic poisons that you can buy. So that's not nothing. But Trever isn't the kind to falsify his testimony that way. Well, being what it is, here's a wicker chest that'll work. Very unfortunate that Arabella's parents have passed, but it's apparently not considered stealing to pick them up. Which means Shadowheart can make use of them later.
Watch your back.
I forgot Trever was carrying around some Githyanki crossbows, so that... Oh, those are heavy. Never mind. Healer's Ledger.
Here we go.
Justiciars only, no exceptions.
Don't waste a step. What's hiding here?
Hey, some potions. Not unhappy to see that. Alright, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time looting the places that I've already seen in the House of Healing before we continue on. I will rejoin you. Yeah. I'll rejoin you here when I'm finished. Oh. This crate had Shar, a necklace. Shar's Temptation allows you to cast Charm Person once per short rest. Pretty useless, but interesting that it was there. I've gotten basically what I get, although I did get curious about one thing. Now that the bodies are just gone, what happens if I talk to Sister Lidwin?
To ask.
I'll do better, and the patients will be better, and it will all be fine.
I see you have medical supplies on hand. Can you spare any?
I will sell you what I can, once I've stabilized the patient.
And there is no patient to stabilize, so the options to do that are gone. Okay, fair. Alright, so let's go through these doors.
The objective of the Scalpel Sisters is to soothe. For the scalpel indeed is an extension of Shar. See how the patient reacts when I but stroke the right nerve. Hear its comfort, hear the very melody of mercy. Pray, sister, show us the extent of your beneficence. Stop. Stay your hand, for it slaps where it should stroke. We can hardly hear the patient's sighs of solace. Perhaps it is our unexpected audience that makes you quiver. Come, step forward. You are no sister, but that matters none. Every student is welcome.
And I just noticed something that I haven't noticed up until this point. He's got his goggles, but then above that he has something else, and it kind of reminds me of a Mirror of Loss. I don't think it's actually that, but I wouldn't put it past him to have a small replica of a Mirror of Loss on his forehead, the way some doctors have, like, a light strapped up there. And there's a Bardbarian option here, and Trevor's gonna take it. Just kill them already. All this torture is pointless.
Behold, sisters, the very face of ignorance. One who mistakes tenderness for torture. Go on, acquaint the face of ignorance with the true object of our studies.
Absence.
Absence. No other word captures the heart of Shar so very perfectly. It is the scalpel-led journey that leads from pain to peace.
He's just like Cazador. Utterly insane.
See? What is the light of eyes but the cancer that causes one to witness the laceration of being? If light is the symptom, then darkness is the cure. For in light there is presence, but in darkness there is absence.
In light is presence, in darkness, absence.
But you, look how the succor of Shar eludes you. See how painfully present you remain. We do not wish to see you suffer so. Let us cure you.
Trever recognizes that this guy is like an absolute loon. So the first thing he's going to do is go ahead and attempt to investigate the sisters and their implements, since that is a skill that he does have.
The sisters' blades are bloodied and dull. Only the most measured hand could make a clean incision.
We will use that information. The blades are uneven. Efficient surgery will require further training.
Their incisions are, as yet, still straight with imprecision. That much I must concede. How to steady their hands, I wonder.
We'll go with the Bard Persuasion. Trever does take joy in performing his craft as a master. I'm sure the sisters are the same. Why doesn't Malice himself volunteer? Put your money where your mouth is, so to speak.
I see now. By example, I must edify and quell the light that blinds us. Come, sisters, soothe me.
Tell you what, Trevor's got to hand it to him. He was a man of his word to the end. He does have on this Surgeon's Subjugation Amulet, paralyzing critical once per long rest when scoring a critical hit on a humanoid. The wearer can paralyze the target for 2 turns. It does have to be a humanoid target. How about this? Shadowheart hasn't really been making use of the reverberation stuff. So Shadowheart will take the Amulet of Misty Step. Especially since Karlach has the boots that give her momentum when she dashes again. And Karlach will take the Surgeon's Subjugation Amulet. Sure, it'll only work on humanoid targets, but in cases where Karlach does get a critical on a humanoid target, she'll be right there to take advantage of it afterwards.
Still breathing, despite everything.
He also has a key and this battered lute. A lute with the initials AC meticulously carved onto the body, which corresponds to Art Kalo.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
And then... And then these sisters are not hostile after that encounter.
I won't have a word.
The great cure. Final. Final. Forever.
That was Huna.
What's inside?
Anya.
Be still, darling. Let Sister Anya comfort you.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
She remains silent.
Oh, I thought there were 4 of them. That's Vanessa, Huna, Anya, and Jian.
Master. No. No. Not Master. Not.
And then there's these double...
Put my hands on everything.
There's these doors here that lead to a spot we haven't seen yet. And then the key that we found on them should unlock these doors. Oh, maybe not that one. What about this one? I guess not. In this painted chest, there's poisoner's gloves. Whenever you deal poison damage, the target needs to succeed at the Constitution saving throw or become poisoned. Not really appropriate for anyone in our party. And generally speaking, poison isn't very powerful anyway. Huh. I wonder what that key does go to.
No one back home will ever believe this. May the gods take you first.
Oh, let's close that door so that they don't see it happen. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and loot this room and that room real quick. And I'll meet you right back here. Alright, so we're pretty sure we've got everything we're going to find inside the House of Healing. We could check out this building over here, but there was also an entrance to a morgue. So we should check that out first, since it's probably like attached to the House of Healing in some fashion.
Do you have someone waiting for you in Baldur's Gate, Astarion? A sweetheart, perhaps?
No sweethearts, no. I prefer them savory.
This is what I get for trying to strike up conversation.
No traps, please.
A notice.
That's curious.
And a button. Don't forget that patients passing through these hallowed halls must needs be stripped of such frivolous items as jewelry, timepieces, and extraneous gold amounts. These burdens can safely be stored in the vault behind the hidden wall, that they not confuse matters between ourselves and Ketheric's justiciars. We'd like to avoid misunderstandings. I'm sure that's all it was. Yeah, so these backpacks are awfully empty, huh? But these pouches and backpacks... Okay, that's empty. Well, there's this wooden chest. Maybe that's where they consolidated everything. Oh! Strange Tendril Amulet, Evard's Black Tentacles. Basically a 4th level spell once per day is not necessarily a bad thing, but... Send that to camp. Probably not for our party. Fairzu's Ring of Trading. Deception +1. Oh. Trever doesn't really use deception, so just send that to camp. Oh, a bunch of clothing items anyway. Those sell decently. Yep, nothing else really significant in there. Poison clouds. And there's a vent underneath that zombie. And I believe there's a vent underneath basically each of these zombies.
Trust no one.
So actually... Astarion hasn't drank an elixir. Give him an elixir of poison resistance.
Keep blade close. Silent as the grave.
And he won't be able to get there without being seen because that's bright light. Is there anything we can do about the light? I don't think so. I don't know where it's coming from. What about... Yep, bright light there too. So, if there's going to be poison gas in there, let's do the next best thing, which is make them come to us. And we'll put the Astarion up here.
What a charmer. Saddle up.
My faith protects me.
What to do? These boots have seen everything.
Oh, I could go for a good meal. Let's ride.
All right, what now?
I'd love to, thanks.
And we'll just have Karlach shoot at the closest one.
I'm ready.
Trever just sent all of his stuff that he was carrying back to camp, but he's got alchemical items to throw. That's all he really probably needs right now. Alright, well, we've got zombies right here now.
Well, so much for peace.
See if we can't get the zombies to finish, the skeletons to finish off this greater zombie. Yep.
Fuck yes.
Can't give up. Not now.
And there's a nice line of them. No scroll of lightning bolt, huh? Let's use a glyph of warding scroll. There we go. And let's go for a straight up fire glyph of warding. That only gets 2 people, huh? Fine. And first let's have Shadowheart actually use one of her turn undeads. Wait. Ah, that got her own skeletons. Okay, I guess Shadowheart won't be doing that anymore.
This is gonna feel good.
Need to act fast.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Have to go into the cloud for that, but
Death won't take me yet.
sure. He'll step into the cloud briefly.
Swift as my feet can carry me. comes easy these days.
Let's not knock that one into the poison cloud, since it's likely gonna do the thing where it gets back up with 1 hit point,
Need to stay focused.
and then Shadowheart can finish it off with an offhand. And Shadowheart will just attack this one, I suppose.
Do this.
I won't give in.
Can't afford to let up.
Another fight. Let's go.
Failed an athletics check.
Concentrate.
21 hit points remaining. Let's see if we can get that with a level 1 inflict wounds. Yes, we can, and then she can finish it off with an offhand.
Have to keep going. All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Well, now Astarion with his
Yes, please.
elixir of poison resistance can go in here and
Quietly.
try to disarm the traps. There was one red run here. There we go. And then there was one... Oh, he's standing in the ass. Oh, yep, it was right there. Okay.
Well, hello. The dust has been disturbed here. Someone's been using this door.
There's a vent. And that covers that, so there must still be a vent back here somewhere. Oh, found it. And a vent over here. And I think that's all the vents.
I've got a long road ahead.
This calls for careful footwork.
Very well. Open up.
I guess there are some, like, pockets of poison still. But there's a door over here.
Better not be cursed.
Olam's Journal. Day 2 of darkness. describing how the darkness makes it harder to breathe. Day 5 of darkness, the shadows ebb and wane and grow stronger. They're searching for food and drink. Day 18 of darkness, a particular loneliness. They have a familiar which they only summon for a few minutes at a time. And they found some supplies in this house of healing. Day 26 of darkness, they basically have given up on even summoning their familiar because they cannot bear its torment. And it feels like the darkness just became too oppressive. Necrotic Laboratory spare key. Spell, remove curse, possible. Variant on remove curse, dispel magic or other. Recitation, ineffective, ineffective, some potential, ineffective. This appears to be different things they've tried to combat the shadow curse.
Easy.
If we have a story in here.
Let's get going.
Bided time. Uncommon clothing with time thoroughly bided. The wearer gains arcane charge whenever they are hit by a melee attack. Arcane charge. While threatened, you have a +2 bonus to damage with spells. Not usually the kind of play pattern you want for mages, but if you do want someone who runs up into melee, this could be a thing, I suppose. And there was nothing else of interest in here, so there's a locked door down there that's titled the lab door. And the key we found unlocked it. Surgeon's research notes.
That might be worth a look.
A lever. We're not sure what that did, I think. Somebody working with carrion crawler paralytic agents. We're not sure what for, but there is this Caraban's poison right here, which is a paralytic poison. Tissue and organ register. Lists of donors, what organs were recovered, the cause of death, and notes regarding each one. But the long and short of it is that Ketherick had been promising them good specimen, but Balthazar has been taking the good specimens and leaving only scraps for whoever was here.
That will fit in my bag.
Is that blood on the shelves? Probably cold and congealed.
There's a potion of superior healing on the shelf. And an elixir of hill giant strength. Always happy to get more of those. Blood bank log. Addendum the first. It is no longer necessary to log names, race, or creature type is sufficient. MT, which is quite likely Malice Thorm. Addendum the second. You will use the term donor or vessel when describing a source of extraction. Victim is an ugly and inaccurate word. Names redacted. So basically they were getting less and less
Quite the list of characters, but hardly my taste.
They were getting less and less personal about the experiments they were probably running in here. Well,
Someone there?
with the trap, we've got Astarion with us.
Simple.
Can't give up now.
Now the Eversight Ring gives blind immunity. The wearer cannot be blinded. This is kind of key to one of the most overpowered things that you can be doing as a character. Our group is not abusing darkness like that. However, immunity to blindness is still generally useful enough that I'm going to go ahead and give that to Trever instead of the Ring of Flinging, so that when he is caught in darkness as a melee-oriented character, it won't affect him. That's pretty much everything that's in this little room, although I will say that if you are doing a run where you're abusing darkness, basically, I do recommend, as early as feasible, picking up that Eversight Ring. So there's a lever over here. And then there's a button on the other side. And a weird-ass pit. Alright. Shadowheart got stuck on the terrain a bit, but we've got her back. Oh, we see a ledge over there with a chest on it. Oh, Shadowheart needs to prepare the enhanced leap. Oh, right, extra spell slots because her intelligence went up. Nice. So yeah, let's see if a skeleton can make that leap. Yes? Okay, I'm just gonna put the minions and other characters over on this platform.
Chin up. This'll help.
No one's stopped me yet.
And Trever will just pick up the chest on the way so we don't have to fiddle with.
At the ready.
Alright. And then they'll just drop it. And it is vulnerable to bludgeoning. Flesh Melter Cloak. Caustic Reprisal. Whenever a creature deals melee damage to the wearer, that creature takes 1 to 4 acid damage. Trevor's AC is not the best, and he doesn't have a cloak yet, so let's at least punish people for attacking him.
Never a dull moment.
Now, there are these steps going down. And coming down here wakes up some things, including this hollow armor and these fetid oozes. Where is Astarion? Astarion is right there. Astarion is surprised. Only the barbarians in Shadowheart are not surprised.
What should I do?
Well, how about... What is this? Fetid aura. Take 1 to 6 damage for being close to them. And of course they are immune to acid. Well. Yeah, may as well get started.
Close ranks.
This thing is severely wounded, so Trever will keep working on that.
These boots have seen everything.
And we'll come over here to threaten them. Can you knock those prone? Yes, you can. Oh yeah, Astarion will come and let's see. Astarion will come attack the prone one for sure, at least. And then can he sand toss on this? 55% chance? He'll try it. Miss.
Got to focus.
Shadowheart. We'll do a bone chill. Oh. We'll do Toll the Dead. Yeah, there we go. And we'll do a potion trick thing with a potion of greater healing. There we go. Yeah, finish off this ooze.
Show him who you are.
And shove it. And get temporary hit points back. Let's just have them fire at oozes. How heavy are you? 40 kilograms? Let's throw you at the ooze just to make you prone. And then let's beat up the ooze. And look, he's prone.
Delicious.
Can't give up.
Divine Strike on critical, necrotic. Yeah, why not?
What's this?
And then a shadow spawns once the hollowed armor is defeated.
Where do I go from here?
And he'll just drink a potion because he can't kick that thing. And then the hollow armor does have this protective plate which grants resistance to necrotic damage and has an AC of 18. It's not the worst in the world, but I mean there's enough heavy armors that are just better than that by this point in the game. It does seem, though, that it's a pretty good time for our last short rest.
With haste.
Alright, we're back at the top, having skipped the painstaking climbing for you. Let's see where this leads.
Might be useful.
Ominous crevice. So it leads back outside, and there's like an entrance into a cliff face, and we don't know exactly where we are, but we can see the protective glow of Last Light Inn, so we have a general idea. And it looks like this was a fishing spot for locals once upon a time. And there's a chest over there. Which, of course, we blunder right into a Kuo-Toa ambush, and there are a lot of them. So, first off, there's a chief there, there's a couple of chiefs there, and a bunch of little guys. So, let's have Karlach go occupy the chiefs. And this many opponents justifies a rage for sure.
this new.
Yep.
Missed this.
Okay. So there's a bunch over there too.
No choice but to keep going.
Let's have Trever start over here. Okay, so not that surprisingly, but throwing the Kuo-Toa into the water does not kill them, but it does at least knock them prone. But still, there's a lot over here, so... And then we can kick this one. And then Astarion can kind of stand as a sentry here for these to come up. Let's have Astarion try to finish this one off with an offhand attack. No. Also, we want to make sure that these are all asked. And they've already taken their attacks of opportunity, so he could just come back up.
Ready.
Now, Shadowheart, they're all wet, so let's have her use a chromatic orb for ice. And that doesn't encompass us. Alright. There's one down there. I bet Astarion can finish that one off.
Be quick. I'm heating up. Want another?
My faith will protect me.
Running low on spell slots here, so... She will use a touch of death. And a divine strike.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Ah, damn. Oh! Yes, the skeletons were able to finish off one of the chiefs. And we'll just have the skeletons back off a bit. And Karlach will start working on this other chief. And let's have...
Survival is all that matters.
Trever will go next because there's a clump here. Pretty good for a bomb, I think. Actually, let's throw a void bulb first and see if we can't maybe even bring that one down, possibly.
First step is the hardest.
Oh, got shovel too. You know what? Sorry, not sorry, shovel. And can almost certainly finish off this one.
Shall we cut and run? Let's do it.
Break a sneak attack there. Sand toss there.
Let's finish this. Down with you.
Yeah, we'll use the other touch of death to finish it off. Saved against the disarm, but hey.
Got to keep fighting.
Finish you off.
Blood follows me everywhere.
And there's one over here for Karlach to get rid of. And just keep away from the others.
Let's turn someone inside out.
Come on, can't stay idle.
Shall we dance?
Well, we appear to have destroyed the ladder up to the roof, and there doesn't seem to be much up there. There is a painted chest down here, right?
Always room for more.
Oh, it broke apart probably when I threw one of the bombs.
Should mind my step.
The chiefs now have these lightning jabbers, and those are pretty good for throwing, so I'm gonna hand those off to Karlach. And there's a chest inside here as well. And then there's just a lot of little things to pick up right here, so I'll be back in a minute. Well, that was a thing. And here we find ourselves back at the mausoleum entrance. Rob some graves real quick while the others catch up.
What's that? I saw a burlap sack somewhere. This leads over to the roof, okay.
Sigils. attempts to restrain Lady Shar's power, perhaps. Failed
Dark
attempts.
Justiciars, who fell long ago in service of Shar and Ketheric Thorn.
Right. So we know where the mausoleum is, but I think we have reached about the end of our adventuring day. Besides, we did find the fate of Arabella's parents. We should talk to her. And we also found something for Art Cullo. We should talk to Halsin and see if we can wake him up real quick. Observations on the Shadow Curse. This field research on the Shadow Curse was quilled by a cleric of the god of the morning sun, Lathander. They were not particularly clever or insightful in their observations, but whatever nuance is lacking in interpretation is made up for in spades with determination. It seems with an eager and hopeful heart, the cleric set out to reach the deepest parts of the cursed area to conduct an analysis, though based on these blood-smeared pages near the book's end, you guessed they did not get so far as they'd have liked. So yeah, let's go ahead and head to camp.
Hey, where's Mum and Pops?
Trever will go for the bard option here. For once, he finds himself at a loss for words. They're gone, Arabella, and he is sorry about that.
No. No. I don't believe you.
This is no mere tale. Trever is telling her the truth.
They'd never leave me. They promised. Get away from me. Go!
Yeah, Trever understands. But also, we've cleared enough of the Shadow Cursed lands that there's really no barrier to just fast traveling back to Last Light. I am going to handle vendoring real quick though before we talk to Halsin. Editing Tarantula here just because I noticed after the fact that I accidentally sold the wicker chest that has Arabella's parents in it, and I can't purchase them back individually, so I have to purchase the wicker chest back. Alright, let's go see Halsin.
Daniel and me are climbing up a tree.
He keeps saying Thaniel's name. He must know more. We need to rouse him.
Trever found a lute. It seems to have belonged to him.
Good. Its music might help restore him. Show it to him.
Trever pulls it up and plays.
Daniel! He's still trapped there. He needs help.
Calm. Breathe. You've been trapped in the Shadowfell for a century. Take a moment to clear your mind.
A century? You're Halsin. Thaniel said to find you. You must help him, please.
I will, but I need to know where Thaniel is. If I venture into the Shadowfell blind, I will never find him.
I'm not sure I can put it into words. The landscape there shifts and changes.
This is Halsin's deal. Trever lets him handle it.
Lavender. Whenever I saw Thaniel, I always smelled lavender.
I can work with that. Rest now. Meet me by the lakeshore. I have what we need to proceed, but I'll need your help. Be ready. This may prove perilous.
Alright.
When did you turn? Why?
We will do that next time, but right now we are going to long rest. Astarion has something to say.
The way she leered at me. The blood merchant. I can't get it out of my head. I did what I always did. I let her use me. Why does it feel different to all the other times then?
Trever suggests that maybe it's because he got to keep the reward this time.
I'll drink that potion and never think about it again afterwards. But what I had to do to get it is going to stay. There's nothing more desirable in the world than a vampire, is there? Haven't you been through all I have? You damn well are going to fight with what few assets the gods give you. But a part of me feels sick when I think about getting on my back for breadcrumbs again.
Trever points out that our lives are on the line here, and we take every advantage we can get.
I could have lived eternally in Cazador's pleasure chambers. I'm not afraid to die. I'm afraid I'll never have a new life after that.
Yeah, I don't think Trever was quite picking up what Astarion was trying to say there. And I think it's largely because Trever keeps himself emotionally distant from Astarion. Which itself is because he knows Astarion wants to use these tadpoles to enslave people. So he can't let himself get too invested or be vulnerable with Astarion. Alright, no other conversations, so... one thing that I didn't really consider when I was leveling up in the last video is that she may have reached cleric level 8, but she has that wizard level as well, so Shadowheart has level 5 spell slots, which means her Animate Dead can now get a ghoul. And one nice thing about the ghoul, it's melee instead of ranged, which is a bit of a downgrade there, but it has this devour ability. So it can bite a knocked out, prone, or sleeping target, and we do keep non-lethal attacks on, so we can knock out targets. And it deals 6 to 33 slashing damage and heals that many hit points. So the ghoul can actually get its hit points back, and that places it quite well above the skeletons as far as durability goes. And especially, we only have one 5th level spell slot, but she was able to use that on the ghoul and then use a Spellcrux amulet to get the slot back. But in order to maintain the level 5 slot for possible combat purposes, she only did a level 4 aid on everybody, and that gives the ghoul that much more room to survive. Right. And now I've remembered my elixirs as well. I don't want to get too close because I don't want to trigger it right now, because that helping Halsin with the portal is the first thing that we will do in the next video. So, I will see you then. Have a good one.